15 seats of Telangana, where the Congress's tally is expected to go up from 3 potentially to 10. That's up 7 from the last time. The BJP was at 4, could come down to 3. That's down 1. The BRS was at 9, could come down to 3. That's down 6. The AIMM stays where it was the last time. So Owaisi wins his seat. 3 to 10. Now, from what I know, Amit Shah and the BJP big guns will be figuring out some way कि इनको ये 10 नहीं देनी है, इनको कुछ नहीं देना है भाई.
You know, Rahul, the fact is honeymoons do exist. You know, I know that we are in a world where even living relationships are now looked at with a question mark, but a honeymoon is still fine.
In the poll, the honeymoon is on. Whether it will be on in May or not, we don't know.
This is the one state where at the moment, Yashwant's poll seems to suggest that the honeymoon is on. They just won an election, 2 months ago? And therefore, there isn't even enough time for any anti-incumbency as of now to build. That's the sense I get, Yashwant. Am I right? Because in the contrast with Karnataka here seems clear, where the Congress is still very much the new party that has just toppled a 10-year-old government.
I think Congress is reaping benefit of the popularity of Revant Reddy. I think what is happening here is that in absence of any national leadership popularity or popular national leadership, Congress has to now look around for the popularity of their local leaders, and this is one state where definitely the popularity of Revant Reddy is.
So why is it working in Telangana but not Karnataka?
It's not working simply because we have got 2 popular contenders, and Rashid Bhai might be able to tell this, but I am dead sure that the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka would not like Congress to win in Karnataka in Lok Sabha election, because if Congress loses Karnataka in Lok Sabha election, that paves the way for him to become the Chief Minister.
I think this is a bit unfair, because Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, and Rajdeep would correct me if I am wrong, played a very big role even in Telangana, the amount of efforts he made there. So so far he's a disciplined soldier of the Congress.
But let's be very clear. It appears one regional party is the one completely getting squeezed out here. Chandrasekhar Rao has virtually gone dormant since that defeat. That vote, the Congress seems to have captured to a large extent if these numbers hold. And the BJP has its pockets in Telangana, but has not been able to truly spread across the state. Would that be a fair understanding, Amitabh, of these numbers?
Yeah, I see. In a largely bipolar national election, the regional parties tend to get squeezed out, and Telangana is one of the states. But it reveals a very fascinating insight: is that Congress, wherever is it gaining, it is gaining at the expense of regional parties, and that is the basic problem in that India alliance. It is gaining at the expense of BRS and not BJP. So how can it lead an alliance of regional parties where the regional parties have been formed out of anti-Congressism? TMC has come out of Congress. YSRCP has come out of Congress. SP has largely done anti-Congress politics.
But it also shows there is no substitute for hard work on the ground, Rahul Verma. The fact is the Congress in Telangana genuinely made an effort in the last 1 year or 18
last 6
months.
months.
Yeah, I mean 6
after
months.
the Karnataka
but to
election.
be fair, you know, after Karnataka they got momentum, Rahul. But there was a sense that the Congress in Telangana was slowly, at least, they were there on the ground. They were more visible after Karnataka, no doubt about that, Rahul. But I think, would it be right to say that there is a lesson there? You work hard on the ground, you throw up a leader like Revant Reddy who's able to connect, and maybe, just maybe, who knows where the future is? Telangana has been a Congress state. Indira Gandhi contested from Medak all those years ago. But at least in Karnataka and Telangana, you have a party on the ground.
We all are taught this lesson from childhood, that you have to work hard to get something, right?
Zameen par raho.
So it's not just for politics that you have to work hard. Sometimes, see, Congress also, not just because of the hard work in Telangana, but also some of the mistakes that BJP as well as BRS made in Telangana, which gave that kind of edge to Congress in Telangana. And of course, Revanta is now very, very popular. BRS is not picking up from the defeat it faced last time, and that's the advantage they are getting. And BJP has still not been able to figure out what its Telangana strategy is going to be, unlike in other states. So are they going to make efforts as they did in Karnataka or Maharashtra or Bihar in Telangana or not? So that still remains to be seen.
That's interesting, Raj Chengappa, because, you know, the BJP has also been caught in Telangana between, do we play OBC politics, do we project an OBC leader, what, you know, do we take strident anti-Muslim politics, will that take us forward? Somehow, for all the gains they made in Telangana 5 years ago, they've remained stagnant. One of the few states where they've not, multiplied overnight.
I think the BJP is still shell-shocked by what happened. And the way the Congress came in and snatched what they thought was their territory, because KCR was on the decline, and the Congress smartly moved in and got the prize. But I just want to make a larger point, which we did in passing reference. And we talked about, and Rajdeep, you talked about, I think this, is this whole thing that Siddaramaiah and Shiv Kumar came to Delhi for, and you've seen these full-page advertisements about the South being neglected, not being given the due in terms of its money that was there. I think that is a potent force as it gets along, because it's also tied up with delimitation in some senses. That somehow the South is performing very well. Telangana is one of the states, Karnataka we talked about, and yet, so this kind of thing can begin to erode on the Modi wave factor.
So it is an idea. There can be no doubt about it. But does the opposition have the wherewithal to mount it into a meaningful idea, take it down to the ground in the weeks before polling?
No, I'll give you a very interesting example. Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan is in town today. He led a protest. The Congress decided not to join it because the left is their prime opponent in Kerala. So there are internal divisions. But when I asked Mr. Siddaramaiah, he said, yes, we would like to hold a convention of all the southern chief ministers soon. So they will play this card. And at least it's a card with some emotional connect.
But it's also picho suja. It's a real last-minute kind of idea, right? To be able to take this idea, build it into something big, requires some time. And
the other worry is...
The idea to begin with, you are only 2 months away from the election. Even if you play it well, South is only 130 or 140.
No, but in those states
Rahul,
it may do well.
Rahul, can I just make a point? If in Karnataka they have swallowed the poison chalice in some sense, had to drink from that one, it is because they know that if they lose Karnataka, the BJP, the whole Modi wave that begins to shrink, because at 25 seats, it is the one that tilts decisively in terms of if moving from, say, whatever figure that they have now, if they are 303, if it starts dropping like they had last time, they lose a lot. So that is why you will see that they are so concerned. Look at they are willing to compromise, whether it is in Bihar, as we've seen, in any of these places, despite the fact that they seem invincible, the BJP is insecure for whatever reason, and it is showing up in these places.
I actually don't think it's insecurity. I actually now am convinced the BJP, as you saw with Mr. Modi talking about 370 and 400, it's like pushing your troops to try and conquer what is seemingly impossible. So you say Karnataka, okay, people are saying we are going to lose there, put all your might in Karnataka. The Prime Minister's repeated trips to the South at a time when, you would have thought they would say, okay, South is an area where we will not do well, suggests that actually they think South is a growth area. So it's fascinating.
Okay, so one seemingly impossible thing, but why not? When you are talking about the possibilities, if the BJP can go all the way to bring the JDS, if the BJP can go all the way to bring Nitish Kumar, why nobody is talking about possibility of BJP and BRS coming together?
Look, the BJP at the moment, the BJP is hunting for allies all over. The BRS is a potential ally, but I think they see Telangana as one of the states where they want to grow in the future. And to grow, they have to finish the BRS. See, once the regional party is finished, make it BJP versus Congress in Telangana, advantage BJP. So that's the one reason why they may hesitate from taking on the BRS. And Chandrasekhar Rao is a wily leader. I think Kumaraswamy is desperate.
But Rajdeep, correct me, Raj.
No, I just want to make a quick point to what you made.
Yeah.
The fact is that Modi came into Telangana for an election campaign and said that KCR approached him to help out his son, and so there was this talk of an alliance that was building over there. Yeah. And of course, as we've seen, they've patched up with JDS.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So the point which
Telangana is fascinating, but we need to move on, because otherwise we'll get caught in the politics of one state, and then people in Andhra will start feeling bad, and that's never a good idea when you're discussing Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh on your screen next. 25 seats here. I look at projected vote shares first. The YSRCP of Jagan Reddy had 49% vote share last time. That's projected to come down to 41. That's 8 down from the last time. But the TDP, which was at 40% the last time, is now expected to go up to 45. Remember, we had Chandrababu Naidu meeting the Home Minister recently. Are they picking up signals which before this poll the others hadn't, but BJP obviously had its own polling on the ground? The BJP had very little vote share, it's just marginally expected to go up. The Congress had very little vote share, marginally expected to go up. But the big change there is for the first time, we are seeing the vote share of the YSRCP since Jagan led his party to power after that famous Padyatra, lesser than the TDP, a 4% gap, converted into seats. Fascinating here, very, very fascinating. Because remember, Chandrababu Naidu was really given the rough end of the legal stick recently, and there's a lot of talk amongst the TDP supporters that there is sympathy on the ground there. That is reflecting in the numbers for the first time, because from 0 the TDP is projected to go up to 17. If you ask me, of all that we've seen, this is the one number that pops out of the screen and grabs my attention.
You know, my sense is Mr. Amit Shah has got a sense of what Yashwant Deshmukh's poll was suggesting. Because why is it?
Sanjay Kumar is surprised. He's
because you've got, before I get, because you see, Chandrababu Naidu was there.
Clarification, Rajdeep.
Yes.
Is TDP only TDP or
TDP plus Jan Sena, obviously.
TDP plus Jan Sena. Is it Jan Sena also in TDP?
But you see, the thing is that you've got a party whose leader, Chandrababu Naidu, has been knocking on the doors of the NDA for months now. And the NDA wasn't opening the door. Suddenly at the Ram consecration ceremony, you see Chandrababu Naidu there. Now Chandrababu Naidu's come back to Delhi, and apparently there are two views within the BJP. How far should you go to completely embrace him? But I think the BJP wants to be clear. They want to be with the winning side in Andhra Pradesh. And the Andhra side also wants to be with the BJP, because you need help from the center. So if these numbers are right, one of the alliances we could see in the next couple of weeks is TDP.
No, but remember, Jagan is also meeting Amit Shah. So now we don't know.
I'm just saying these numbers.
The BJP has both the Andhra balls up in the air. They can decide where they want to go.
No, the thing is that BJP cannot decide who forms the government in Andhra, because I think the real battle there remains Chandrababu versus Jagan Rahul. But with these numbers, the BJP will be tempted to go along with
Yashwant Deshmukh. This is the most fascinating insight of all that we've seen so far. The Telugu Desam, where many people had started writing the obituary of Chandrababu, political obituary of Chandrababu Naidu and his party, pops out. Jagan Reddy, who so far is busy, and I'm sure he'll be watching this, so we should be just slightly mindful of what we say, busy projecting invincibility, is suddenly seeming on shaky ground. And how does this then impact potentially the assembly election, which will also be held at the same time?
I think the problem what Jagan Mohan Reddy is facing, not that his own personal popularity has taken a hit. I think the problem is there is a huge number of non-performing MLAs and MPs. The anti-incumbency at the micro level. In your view, is the assembly
mood also the same?
Yeah, I mean that's what is happening right now.
You're sure about that?
Unless he changes
no,
big
because you don't know for sure, because this is a Lok Sabha poll.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But do you think it indicates assembly mood also?
I'm getting the indication of that same as well. Unless he changes huge number of sitting MLAs, chops the tickets and gives fresh faces, he has a problem even in the assembly.
What's gone wrong for him? You met him recently. What could have suddenly gone wrong? Because this was not the situation in the last MOTN. So it's obviously changed just in the last 6 months.
Look, the fact is, Andhra polls have always been closely competitive. Even when Jagan lost in 2014, it was a very wafer-thin margin, especially in terms of votes. So both sides have strong vote bases of their own. If the Kapu vote, which comes in through a Jan Sena, gives you an accretion, it helps Chandrababu Naidu. My sense is I would not write off Jagan Mohan Reddy. He's done a lot of welfare schemes. He's banking on welfare schemes, the sort of Modi model taken into the Labharti model at the state level. But there is also a sense that many of his MLAs have been distant from the voters, have either been accused of local level corruption. He's changing 60 MLAs out of 150 that he won. So there's a clear sign that he also recognizes local anti-incumbents.
So I have a theory. When if it's as tight as this and the TDP is bouncing back, whichever side aligns with the BJP, potentially Amitabh Tiwari has the advantage in Andhra Pradesh. Would you agree?
With one caveat before you go to Amitabh. Remember, there is a solid 8 to 9% minority vote that's Muslim, plus a large Christian vote out there. And in a way, many of Jagan's advisors have been telling him, let Chandrababu go with the BJP, it will allow you to consolidate that vote. So it's a gamble.
Counter to that, I mean, there is another set of data which generally, I mean, I keep on mentioning, I mentioned you Punjab, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. I did not mention Andhra Pradesh in that. Even though Congress and BJP both are out of equation in Andhra Pradesh, but Pradhan Mantri Modi's personal popularity in Andhra Pradesh is way more than Rahul Gandhi's. So what I'm simply trying to say, even though BJP has no equity whatsoever over there, there are certainly emotions attached on the Congress, anti-Congress, and the old fault lines that the political fault lines are. And one recent development is Jagan Mohan Reddy's sister going to Congress. Now, if from here onward, Congress gains by virtue of Karnataka and Telangana just even 2-3 points, that entire vote block is going to come from the Jagan Mohan Reddy because they share the same vote. So the Congress jump is only going to damage Jagan.
See, BJP has a problem of plenty here, so it will choose whichever party is going to win more or higher number of seats. However, as you mentioned, Andhra is one of the few states where simultaneous elections already take place. And generally what happens is that whatever is the result in the Vidhan Sabha election is reflected in the Lok Sabha election. Andhra 2014-19, Telangana 2014, Odisha 14-19 and Sikkim 14-19. So this could be reflective also of the YSRCP facing pressure or anti-incumbency even at the local level. I can tell
you one thing very clearly. Chandrababu Naidu is going to be on India Today television very soon. The TDP already picking up these numbers. They are flying with them. This, frankly, Rahul Verma, is the first piece of good news they've had for a party. And I think this is where legal overreach always is double-edged. You think you're killing your enemy. It can potentially create sympathy and can help your opponents bounce back.
Again, something you should know, right? Anyone who is in politics knows this. But then politicians also are humans. They have egos, they have anger, right? And they, in their overreach, try to do something which may backfire. So we don't know whether TDP's gain are actually coming because of that legal overreach. This might also be happening because Congress might be gaining certain votes, which is coming from Jagan's party. And
no, but that's overhyped. From 1, if they're going to 3, that's only 2% up. You can say it's 2%, but the Jagan Reddy is losing 8% vote share. Only 2% the Congress has got extra from the last time. So remember, Jagan Reddy's graph at this moment is very clearly coming down. That's what this data represents. There's no running away from it. And Chandrababu Naidu would be doing a bit of a dance right now, Sanjay.
But BJP's overtures towards Chandrababu Naidu also reflects, the BJP and Prime Minister Modi. He wants to get a foothold in southern India because, you see, if he's comparing himself with Jawaharlal Nehru, with Indira Gandhi, with Rajiv Gandhi, with this Congress Prime Ministers, you cannot be a Prime Minister of India and, 100
but it also shows,
out of his bounds.
But it also shows flexibility again. Here is a leader who 5 years ago tried to lead the opposition charge against Prime Minister Modi, spoke angrily against the Prime Minister.
Nitish did the same.
And you're willing to embrace them all. So I think the Prime Minister is very clear that in politics there are no permanent friends or enemies, something that the Congress could learn. Think about it. Jagan Mohan Reddy comes from a Congress family. What stopped the Congress in all these years from making at least one solid overture to him to try and embrace? What do you do instead? You send his sister to contest against him, which clearly for him is a red rag. You've actually, according to which he said in the interview to us, you've divided my family. So any question of
his family is already divided.
No, the fact no, 1 minute. What stops the Congress? It's been 15 years now almost since Jagan left. You could have made an
ego. There's a difference.
No, my point is
the Home Minister often says
BJP is ready to make that extra step of flexibility.
Because the Home Minister often says, and the Prime Minister believes this, that power में होंगे तब अपनी ideology को हम implement करेंगे ना power में ही नहीं है तो कैसे implement करेंगे? Whereas Rahul Gandhi says power is poison. I think that is the fundamental difference. Rahul Gandhi says power is poison.
Rahul made a very good point. That you see, an ideological party. BJP claims to be an ideological party, but is a party of power. The Congress claims to be a party of power, but is now under Rahul Gandhi trying to become a party of ideology. That I want people who are going to fight the RSS, come what may. So you've got a remarkable shift where the BJP wants to be the party of power.
But Rajdeep, there's a very big difference. Yeah, everybody knows what the BJP's ideology is. Half the congressmen don't know what the Congress's ideology is. They don't agree on the same ideology.
Rahul,
so that's the reality.
Let's also admit Congress does not have ED.
Sorry?
Can I
Congress does not have ED.
Sure, the ED is a factor which we will discuss, of course, but that's a separate factor.
One small point about TDP. See, even in 1999 and in 2014, TDP only came to power when it aligned with
Exactly
BJP.
point.
So TDP never
That's the
came
point
to
I
power
was trying to
on its own. So TDP has never won on its own.
that's a very remarkable point, Rahul. Thanks for putting it, because in 1998 election, in the undivided Andhra Pradesh, BJP on its polled almost 20% votes, which forced TDP to join hands with BJP, and he swept again in 1999. So he made a very remarkable point.
But can I make a distinction? Can I make a distinction between
yeah.
Chandrababu Naidu and NTR? NTR had the power to win on his own. Chandrababu Naidu, when he took over the party, was not able to do that. That's the difference. Chandrababu Naidu has needed an ally. NTR did not need allies.
That's true. But every time he has won, he has come along with the alliance of the BJP. That is
TDP
true.
2 months ago was thinking of joining the India Bloc Alliance. After the 3-0 drubbing, it has again changed its mind. So the regional parties, Hawa Kidhar Beh Rahi Hai, are very cognizant of this.
And there's another little piece of trivia, Rahul. There are two wings of Prashant Kishore's IPAC.
Yeah.
One wing is with Chandrababu Naidu, and the other wing is with Jagan Mohan Reddy.
And
A few weeks ago, Prashant Kishore was allegedly on a flight with Chandrababu Naidu or his son, and all speculation sort of arose in Andhra. Is he going to now align with Chandrababu Naidu? He says he's not. But if these numbers are true, he clearly knows who's on the winning side.
Jagan didn't give the NOC.
But are you surprised with these numbers? Are you surprised at all with these numbers, Sanjay Kumar?
No, about Andhra, we are all discussing TDP and YSRCP. But we are not discussing Janasena. I think Janasena is very important. If you just pull out Janasena from the TDP
How much
alliance,
is the Janasena vote?
It's roughly about 4.5%. But if you pull out Janasena from the TDP, then Jagan Mohan Reddy is back in the game. That is so sure. And
it is a situation like Bihar. Nitish Kumar at the center. There are two other players. You know, like RJD and BJP on one side. Whichever side Nitish Kumar goes, that party gets.
But it's fascinating. It is a fascinating verdict.
I want to go across now to Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu is the one state where the UPA or the India alliance, at least at this moment on the surface, looks settled. The turbulence is on the NDA side because the AIDMK and the BJP are now separate just at this moment, and this game is changing so fast that I don't want to end up saying something which makes us look silly a few weeks down when people look back, because that's the way everything we're saying is just commentary at this moment. Things, of course, can change. So here is Tamil Nadu. I'll start with the vote share numbers first. So the NDA projected to be 15% vote share. The India Alliance from 53 to 47. This is largely the DMK and the Congress and some of their smaller allies. Now you've got the AIDMK in the others, which is now expected, the others together are expected to be 38%. Let's look at seats. Yes?
Also, then a lot many smaller groups are there who are not yet aligned.
PMK.
So we do not know which side will they be in. So a lot of this AIADMK on its own is hardly about 30% at this point of time.
So 8% are the others, 30% is the AIDMK. Okay, here is the conversion into seats. Now again, the second state where there is some good news for the opposition alliance, because like in Telangana, this time of course is the India Alliance. They had 38 seats the last time, expected to go up to 39 this time. The BJP, while it may gain vote share, not expected to win seats in Tamil Nadu, and the AIDMK had just one seat, that too could come down to 0. So Tamil Nadu looking strong. Does the DMK stay fully with the Congress, or could there be a twist in the tail there also?
I think, Rahul, I'll be very surprised given the statements that Stalin has made at the moment that he will also switch sides. There's the ED factor that our friend Rashid Kidwai mentioned. Yes, there are a number of DMK ministers under the ED scanner. But I find it difficult to believe that it will happen before the election. What happens post-elections, we don't know. If the Congress completely collapses, many of these allies of the Congress today could go in different directions. But I think there's a general sense, and the poll may well bear it out, Yashwant, that this is the one state where the Prime Minister's popularity is much less than it is nationally, even though he's made the effort repeatedly to go to Tamil Nadu, to identify himself with Tamil culture, the Singal, when the new parliament was inaugurated. So the BJP, as always, continues to see Tamil Nadu as this sort of bridge too far, which they want to one day conquer. But
No, look at the effort he makes with the Kashi Tamil Sangam.
Yeah, but my sense is the AIDMK's collapse over the years has only consolidated the DMK and has put the BJP in a difficult position. Do we try and occupy the opposition space, or do we tie up with the DMK?
Yes,
in the
either ways, the vote share increase is not going to result in the seat conversion. So
is there a vote share increase substantially?
Yeah, it's a vote share increase substantially. It could be further because, as I said, many of those smaller splinter parties might still go this way, that way, or the ND way. We do not know.
No, is the BJP gaining or is the AIDMK gaining this plus 3%?
It's the BJP gaining. AIADMK is not is going down and down and down all the way. And by the way, AIADMK is counted in others in this calculation. It's not counted in the NDA vote share for that. Yeah.
No, but
so you're saying a 15%, just a minute, you're saying a 15% vote share is principally a BJP vote share?
BJP and the other perceived alliance partners of the BJP. And that's not a very big number. I tell you why. In 2014, BJP actually contested with his alliance all alone, not being part of AIADMK or DMK, and they polled 18%, which is a decent enough number. But that vote share, just like Kerala, as I mentioned, BJP almost touches approximately 20% in Kerala.
In Lok Sabha.
But in Lok Sabha, but 0 seats. It doesn't really matter. 3 states where Prime Minister Modi has actually bent over backwards, I would say, in order to accommodate the political sentiment, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Punjab. The gap is reducing. They are having a growth of organic level, I would say, but unlikely to convert into seats.
Rahul, is there any possibility there's a buzz that the Prime Minister could contest from Kanyakumari as a second seat?
No, so
there's a buzz that he wants to bridge the north-south divide himself. 1 seat in the north, 1 seat in the south. Possible?
But Rahul Gandhi also showed some sense of weakness when he picked Wayanad. The Prime Minister may not wish to go only for the reason that if this north-south divide picks up and for some reason they end up on a shaky ground, you don't want to expose the man who's supposed to be invincible to any form of threat. Therefore, will they take that risk? No, they will go all out to shore up their fortunes in Tamil Nadu. Remember, the BJP is the only party at this moment which has a 20-30 year horizon on things. When I speak to top BJP leaders about, say, the strategy for Tamil Nadu, or say, why don't you just patch up with the AIDMK at this moment, it might make it easier. They're saying, we want to end Dravidian politics. Not just about coming to power at this moment, it's also about a larger political, social, ideological fight where we want to integrate the country. I mean, at least they're talking that language and then pushing in that direction. Right. Oh, now, like the Chinese have a 20-30 year horizon, the Congress doesn't even know what they're doing tomorrow.
Raj, where do you therefore see the DMK being? If these numbers hold, the DMK will presumably be, if not the second largest party, certainly the third largest party once again. Does the DMK remain where it is with all the ED pressures that we speak about? Other allies are slowly drifting away from the India alliance? Or is there, you believe, a chemistry with Rahul Gandhi and the Congress that Stalin intends to cement?
I think you have to look at what he gains. If it's only the ED that is putting pressure and how deep that pressure is, one has to look at. But
funding?
Yeah, but fundamentally, Tamil Nadu doesn't believe in this one nation, one party, one nation, one language. So there's been that protest going on from the 60s. The more the BJP tries to emphasize all these things, and let's not forget, Prime Minister Modi had, as part of the temple run, went right down to Tamil Nadu and did 2 temples out there to assure them that, look, we care as much not just of the Ram Mandir, but all your tradition and culture. So at the moment, I don't find a reason why Stalin should be switching unless there's some inside information.
No, also given the comments that Udaynidhi Stalin has made about Sanatan Dharma, I presume the BJP can't be then seen to be embracing them right away.
Yeah, and the Tamil culture and the fact that anti-Brahmanism had ruled for, and continues to in many senses, it's going to be difficult for the BJP. It'll get this 10-15%. Mr. Modi's popularity is there, and we need to see that.
Okay, let's turn then to the final state in our southern sojourn, which is the lovely state of Kerala that often marches to its own beat. Take a look first at vote share. If elections are held in 2024, what happens in Kerala is the UDF, that's the Congress-led front, 46% vote share, LDF 32%, 14% back, NDA 17, others 5. How is this translating into seats? Well, it's virtually a repeat of 2019. Once again, a clear sweep for the Congress-led UDF. The best news for the Congress so far, apart from Telangana, is coming from Kerala. 18 to the UDF, just 2 to the LDF. But remember, both are part of the India alliance. So
no, but it's a big change from 2020, Yashwant Deshmukh, where you had the LDF come back to power. Now you've got, for some reason, very clearly in a Lok Sabha context, anti-incumbency against the left and very strong pro-incumbency against the Congress. And if Kerala was India, Rahul Gandhi would be Prime Minister.
Absolutely. If Kerala was India, Rahul Gandhi would have been not only the Prime Minister, he would have been a Prime Minister with Rajiv Gandhi kind of majority. But having said that, I think 2019 numbers also came after a victory of left front in the assembly elections. Right. And so that way, Kerala is a very much split vote. Because they are voting for assembly level separately and Lok Sabha level.
No, but what explains that vote, Rajdeep?
You know, it's very interesting. A few days ago, Kerala left leader told me, why does Rahul Gandhi have to contest from Wayanad? Can't he choose any other part of the country? We are his staunch allies in the India alliance and he's coming to take us on in Wayanad. So I think there again, people...
He looks like a strong force in Kerala.
No, so therefore, you see, the Congress is seen as a national party in Kerala. The left is seen as the regional party of Kerala. Mr. Vijayan is seen as the prominent chief, the #1 neta of Kerala. There may be anti-incumbency brewing against him also after 8 years in power. But I think the main reason is the belief that the Kerala voter sees the Congress as a national alternative to the BJP.
GVL Narasimha Rao is now with us. GVL, the BJP was trying very hard on its own through the RSS to win something in Kerala. Yashwant's data suggests it's a bridge too far for this election.
No, I think we are very confident of winning some seats. I will not say we'll be a big force in this election because Kerala doesn't, election to election, the swing is not more than 2% or 3%. Kerala is a state that moves very slowly. But certainly in this election, we are confident of winning.
And what about Andhra Pradesh, where the Home Minister and Naddaji met both with Chandrababu Naidu, also meeting with Jagan Reddy? What's cooking there?
I think these are political meetings that happen during election time. But certainly, no, I think you won't, until anything is final, I think you will not know.
So you're flirting with both parties essentially?
No, we have got support from both the parties as far as parliamentary strength is concerned. But as far as elections are concerned...
But Naidu betrayed you. Would you take him back?
I think these are decisions that party will take at the highest
You come
level.
from the state, it's your patch.
No, but these are political
calls. That makes it even more difficult for him to come in, because it's his own patch.
Rahul and Rajdeep, you see, there are no emotional decisions here. Political decisions are always based on wisdom, political wisdom and political sagacity. Because you accused me, you made some comment against me, or you called me names in a rally, therefore I will not tie with you. That's college level politics. We are
Can I just take it around this table though to ask that, since we spoke of college level politics and Kerala's strong student movement, how many people on this table believe that Rahul Gandhi made the right decision by choosing Wayanad, or was it escapism? Did Rahul Gandhi escape from the reality of trying to rebuild and revive his party in UP by going to Kerala? Is that a mistake? Or is this a pragmatic decision to stay on in the Lok Sabha? Who wants to go?
I think it was a pragmatic decision, and Rahul is very comfortable. If you see his, even Bharat Jodo Yatra in Kerala, whatever he was doing, talking, indulging in all kind of activities and all, he was very comfortable. He was what he is. So
but you can't win India by becoming the Prime Minister of Kerala. To take off from what was just said. That you've got to, instead of investing in rebuilding the party in the north, you're building your base in Wayanad, where your principal opponent is your India ally, the left.
Rajdeep, yes, but these are not easy decisions. It's like, Prime Minister Narendra Modi contesting from Tamil Nadu. I don't think so. I don't think Prime Minister Modi believes or his party believes in any kind of bravado.
No, but Rahul could have taken Telangana, he could have taken Karnataka. Why take Kerala, the one state where your ally is from your India alliance?
Well, that would be a choice if
is this K.C. Venugopal telling him take a safe seat, Wayanad, large minority population? And that also is seen as a factor. You're choosing a seat with a large minority population. It gives the BJP, and they did it in 2019, that you only want to contest a seat with a large minority population.
Rajdeep, what are you saying? Are you saying minorities are not, they're also as much as Indian, they're not Bangladeshis?
Sure, but it gives the BJP an opportunity to play on the seeming weakness of the Congress. That the Congress is only relying now on the minority vote.
No. Given a chance, I think the BJP would want to be very comfortable with minorities simply because they are also, bona fide voters governed by rule of law, constitution.
Okay. Rahul Verma, you agree that Rahul Gandhi did the right thing by picking Wayanad?
Depends on what the right thing means, right? Like if the right thing is just about getting a Lok Sabha seat, perhaps yes. If he thinks he can revive or make the party very, very strong in South, that's also right, as Rashid is saying that in southern India, and even this poll is saying that Congress is actually gaining in South.
No, not in South, only in Kerala. Where in the South? In Karnataka, BJP is doing well. In Andhra Pradesh, the TDP and the YSRCP.
In Telangana, Congress is doing well. In alliance with DMK. In Tamil Nadu, they would do well. So in that sense, it's not a bad decision. I think, should he look towards South as well as build the party in North? That's what a leader is supposed to do. Modi campaigns in North and South and East and West, right? If you want to be a national leader...
I think one of the key reasons, one-liner I would say, he lost Amethi because he went to Wayanad.
Yeah, well, what I was told is that they saw their polls in Amethi suggesting a very tough fight, possibly losing. They looked for a safe seat in the South and picked Wayanad. So it was almost like some kind of security which Rahul Gandhi was offered. That
no, but imagine if he's your main batsman and he's looking for a safe position.
Which is my point. You see, this is precisely my point, Rahul, that I would have, if you wanted to choose South, choose Karnataka, for example, a state. Where did Indira Gandhi go? Indira Gandhi went to Chikmagalur, went to Beda.
What is the safe seat for Karnataka, Congress in Karnataka?
No, Mr. Safe seat.
I have no doubt that there could be potentially safe seats, including potentially Chikmagalur. But so look at the projected vote share and seat share of the South, because Rahul, I think it shows the exact opposite of the North. The vote share in the South, as per the Mood of the Nation poll, NDA 23%, India 41%, others 36%. How does it add up in seats? NDA 27%. That's just a small dip from last time. Remember, BJP got 29 out of 130. India 76%. Slight up because of Telangana, others 29%. But basically, you really have two Indias politically. You have the BJP dominant in North India, and you have India Alliance doing very well in South India. So whether we like it or not, there is a South-North political divide in this country. What implication that will have with delimitation is going to be a big question in a couple of years from now. Couple of years from now.
At this moment, we are focusing on what is the mood of the nation. Welcome back. You're with us on the India Today Mood of the Nation opinion poll. The results of this poll are already buzzing and trending in every state, from Andhra Pradesh to Telangana to Uttar Pradesh. Wherever we are going, a mini tsunami on social media, lots of posts being viral, exchanged. So that's good buzz to have. We now want to come to Rajdeep's home state of Maharashtra. He's already itching, getting out of his chair, all set to get you what should be quite shocking. No matter what you're thinking is happening, I think you'll be shocked by what Rajdeep's about to show you. Rajdeep.
We've gone to the north, we've gone to the south. But the best part of the country is when you're a West Indian. So I'm going to go as a West Indian, I've got to go to Maharashtra. And whoever thought Maharashtra would be one of the states which would see so much of chaos and instability in the last 5 years? We've had 3 chief ministers and plenty more in that state. What is the mood of the nation showing for Maharashtra, state that will have both Lok Sabha and later in the year Vidhan Sabha? NDA 40%. NDA 40%. So that's the BJP and the Shiv Sena into bracket Shinde. India 45%, which is 5% higher. 40 plays 45%, others 15%. And 45 is NCP, Uddhav Sena, as well as the Congress party. So 5% edge in Maharashtra to the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi. The opposition, the best news coming for the opposition after Kerala and Telangana is here in Maharashtra. This could be another big surprise, therefore. How is it projected into seats? What is Yashwant Deshmukh C voter poll saying for Maharashtra? 26 out of 48 for the India Alliance. 26 out of 48. A huge jump, because the NDA, which won 42 out of 48 last time, is down to 22. So if there's one state where the NDA is taking a big hit as per this poll compared to 2019, it's Maharashtra. And that perhaps explains all that's been happening in that state. Breakup of the Shiv Sena, breakup of the NCP, because Rahul, clearly here too the BJP knew this was the one state they were in trouble, which is why They have slightly narrowed the gap, but they're still behind here.
Yashwant, are you sure about your numbers for Maharashtra? Because they've taken a large part of the NCP, they've taken a large part of the Shiv Sena. If this is where things are at the end, then no matter what happens in this Lok Sabha election in the assembly, the BJP and what they have is going to face a very tough time. Why are we ending up with these numbers in your poll?
Rahul, out of the 140 crore people in India, is any damn person sure about Maharashtra as on today? I mean, let's be honest. People are confused, not just because of the previous mandate, the current mandate, people going here, people going there, parties being split, and now the symbols are with the people who did not form the party and with somebody else. So having said that,
it's a Maha mess.
It's a Maha mess. It's not Maharashtra, it's Maha mess at this point of time. And let me do a health warning as well on these numbers. Number one, on the voting intent, we have been asking for individual party and leader, Rahul. Which party or leader you are going to vote for, and then we have summed it up like, Uddhav Thackeray plus Sharad Pawar plus Congress and Shinde plus Ajit Pawar plus BJP. But what we do not know here, who is contesting from which seat and who is going to contest against that person from which seat, which party. What I can see, wherever the BJP tickets would be there, they would be sweeping like anything. Wherever the Ajit Pawar ticket and Shinde Sena ticket would be there, I doubt they will be sweeping in the same way. So the weakest link is on the both sides. On the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi side, the weakest link apparently is the Uddhav Thackeray Sena, followed by Sharad Pawar, and followed by Congress, and then the Sharad Pawar. So we don't know out of these 3 and 3, which permutation and combination is contesting whom on which seat. Unless we are sure of that, I think this is more of an academic.
Since this is your home state, Rajdeep, here's the concern that I have, just purely academically, right? Which is that will votes get transferred? In a poll, it's very difficult to capture that. But once you know, okay, it's GVL versus Rashid, then the equations change,
exactly
right?
The point. Yeah.
So right now, you don't know that. You're building this scenario on the basis of what respondents are telling you, but the respondent also doesn't know who's against
who. I will quickly tell you two contradictions, Rajdeep, before you say. I cannot see Uddhav Thackeray voter voting for a Congress or the NCP candidate. Similarly, I cannot see a BJP core voter voting for Ajit Pawar candidate. So there are contradictions on both sides.
I'll give you 2 quick points before you come. One, the fact is that this is an interesting state this year because you've got Lok Sabha followed by Vidhan Sabha 4 months later. And speaking to a number of Maharashtra politicians, they believe the stakes for themselves are much higher in the Vidhan Sabha. So you'll find a number, the Vidhan Sabhas which will be very competitive, seat by seat, and a lot of what Yashwant says will play out there. In the Lok Sabha, Rahul, even though the BJP appears prima facie down compared to 2019, I think, and Yashwant is right, the BJP will do well in its pockets of influence. They have strong pockets, especially in urban Maharashtra. The problem for the BJP is there is a general sense that you have struck opportunistic alliances and you have broken two parties which you were dead against.
But GVL, when I was speaking to top BJP leaders, their numbers were 40 plus. They think it's 40 plus. But a 5% lead for the India alliance, after all the todphod you've done, if this is where it is 22 versus 26, then it's obviously not the way you're calculating.
No, I certainly don't see the numbers the way the poll is predicted, Yashwant's poll. Primarily because this is an election that Prime Minister Modi will be driving. People are voting for PM Modi. They are not voting for individual constituents. This is an election where you will see a massive swing. So anybody voting, anybody contesting,
the premise which is also the reality of Maharashtra politics gets reflected in this poll is that BJP at this moment is not a pan-Maharashtra party. Modi might be a pan-Maharashtra phenomenon. BJP per se is not a pan-Maharashtra political party.
Even in states, Haryana, was Haryana a BJP state until 2014? Did BJP ever win a couple of seats in Haryana? No. But once Modi is on the scene, Prime Minister Modi ji, he is one who will drive the entire vote. Please give me the popularity ratings because that will give you an indication.
Can I just explain?
If you have those numbers.
No, look, last time the BJP contested 25 seats, the Shiv Sena 23. and the BJP and Shiv Sena did extremely well, winning 42. Now what's going to happen is the BJP is going to put pressure on both the Shinde Sena and the NCP Ajit Pawar group to contest less. And the BJP will look to contest at least 30 and divide it. The Ajit Pawar's party is happy not to contest Lok Sabha. Their energies are on Vidhan Sabha. Similarly with Shinde Sena. So that might actually mean the BJP could contest more in the Lok Sabha. I think the worry is that there is genuine anger against the way governments have been broken, fallen on all sides, towards all politicians. So I think you will find Vidhan Sabha becoming a real battleground.
Yes.
Lok Sabha,
yes,
the Modi factor does play out. Sharad Pawar clearly is weaker in a Lok Sabha election at the moment. He may not even be able to sort of, campaign as aggressively there as he would in a Vidhan Sabha, but he will hope for some sympathy. Uddhav Thackeray is hoping for sympathy, which may come in a Vidhan Sabha, may not come in a Lok Sabha. So Rahul, you could see Maharashtra in the space of 5 months having two very different verdicts. But, Madhu Yaksha Gaur, this is your good news. If there is one state where you need to perhaps invest more attention in the next few months is Maharashtra. And the feeling is typically the Congress is not seizing the opportunity. You're missing the opportunity to miss an opportunity. Many of your leaders are leaving, joining Ajit Pawar's faction. Milind Deora left to join Shinde Sena. Today, Baba Siddiqui, your MLA, former MLA from Mumbai, has left, is likely to join Ajit Pawar. So you're not holding on. You're the Kamzor Kadi.
Hopefully, your predictions may hold on to the leaders who are planning to leave, Rajdeep. But having said that, this has been expecting in Maharashtra, Rajdeep. I think various projections and studies we have done. And we've been very hopeful on Maharashtra because of this third port, what Rahul says. It's not helping with the people's mood. Secondly, I give this credit to Prakash Ambedkar also joining INDA group can help also the Maharashtra Vikas Agdi to win more seats.
Rahul, how do you explain these numbers? The fact that you've got what seems on paper a strong alliance now with Ajit Pawar there, Shinde there, the other parties seem weakened, but they still have a 5% lead in this poll.
So, with lots of caveats, because no one knows what's going to happen in Maharashtra, but if our thesis is right that people in Maharashtra are unhappy with the way parties have broken alliances, then the expectation would be that the turnout is going to get depressed, which means it depends who has the more cadre on the ground. So it doesn't matter where Ajit Pawar has gone or Uddhav Thackeray has gone. Who has which of these groups actually got the cadre on the ground? In a depressed turnout scenario, cadres on the ground will make sure that your core voters turn out and that group will have advantage.
Your sense, Amitabh?
See, actually, it's a khichdi. So, nobody knows which party has the vote. But Shiv Sena and NCP have the symbol. Symbol plays a very important role in elections. That's number one. As you said, BJP will now bargain for a higher number of seats. So it will be able to win more and also transfer its votes to the SHS and the NCP candidates. Now it depends upon how much they have. However, the bad news for the India Alliance is that Congress becomes the #1 party of this India bloc. Because it is the largest party today in the Vidhan Sabha. And it will demand for the highest number of seats. And here is where the India bloc does not have a track record of elections because they have not fought together, and the seamless transfer of votes will be between candidates is unlikely to happen.
But if they had any political smarts, the Congress and the India Alliance, Rajchingappa, should now be doubling down where they see opportunity. Maharashtra, instead of frittering precious ammunition on states which are fallow ground, they should focus on where the land looks politically fertile for them. The problem is that's not how they're thinking. BJP is going state by state, seat by seat, candidate by candidate, plucking, and the Congress is trying to do some kind of an ideological revolution. At least Rahul Gandhi is attempting some kind of an ideological revolution here.
But I think the reverse is also true. The way the BJP and Mr. Modi is obviously party to these decisions has been picking up and splitting parties and everything else, and Rajdeep talked about it, doesn't do their image any good. And in Maharashtra,
but their calculations, image doesn't matter when it comes to voting. That's their brutal calculation.
If you are saying I'm taking you to a Viksit Bharat, I have cut corruption down, I am against dynastic politics, you have to then prove that on the ground.
Let GVL respond to that.
Let me just finish the argument. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I think it's a principled thing that happens. In Maharashtra, I have a feeling Rajdeep could vouch, and he also expressed it, is I think there's a Marathi pride which you can define in some ways or the other, right? People must be truly fed up at the way these parties have behaved on that, the way they've split, completely cynical. How do you explain that when you want to take this nation to greatness and you're playing
let
dirty
GVL
politics?
respond to that.
They see people are very, very practical. Let me put it this way. People have great trust in Prime Minister Modi. They know he's the one who will deliver Viksit Bharat. And if he does not have the strength in a particular state to sweep that state, let him galvanize, get that support, because we want him to win.
No,
the
sure,
people want him to win.
Can I ask you,
People have trust in him.
No, sir, but can I ask you, you're saying people have faith in Modi. Point taken. But when Mr. Modi says there is a 70,000 crore scam in irrigation, points virtue to NCP and Ajit Pawar, 1 week later, Ajit Pawar joins you, what's the message? I was in Nashik, where a gathering which included RSS people were there, and they all said, sir, khoke ki rajniti hai. They openly said it. The word khoka has become a sort of common parlance on the street of Maharashtra. How does that lift the Prime Minister's image? If one moment you say there's corruption, next moment you tie up with the same corrupt person, how does it lift your image?
Let me tell you this. People understand there are some political compulsions. At the end of the day, you want Lord Krishna to win. You want Bhagwan Ram to win. There are some adjustments they will have to make in the interest of larger
sure, but have you
national
gone too
good.
far? The point is,
no, I'm telling you, this is the Hindu psyche. This
is an important point that GVL Narasimha Rao makes, because when I was interviewing Dr. Jaishankar, and I've seen now several people say this, they talk about Bhagwan Ram, they talk about Hanuman, they talk about the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, and they talk about tactical compromises on the battlefield, which leads to the war being won. So this is something that we're seeing now quite a lot of, which is what he's talking about.
No, but then Rahul, with due regard, sorry for speaking out because it's my home state, I feel strongly. The fact is, where does it fit in with the kind of Ram Rajya that you talk about? You know, what does it leave you with? Is this Ram Rajya that you tie up for Koketi Rajniti?
There is no politician in this country who represents the true political virtues than Prime Minister Modi. No Prime Minister, no Minister, no Chief Minister in this country can match even an iota of what Prime Minister Modi. So what matters to them is Prime Minister's qualities. I have he's a man of total integrity.
No, so you're saying you can do all the wheeling and dealing on the ground, but the Prime Minister's image is not touched by it.
No, they know he's not making compromises. Party
but Rahul Verma, this is
local. Yes, Rashid.
Yeah. I mean, going by Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao's logic, BJP should be winning all 543 seats. If Mr. Modi is on a big ticket, he's there on Tamil Nadu also, he's there in Telangana also, he's there in all other states. I think, we must accept what Mr. Yashwant Deshmukh survey is projecting. We have gone through over 300 seats, and there is a kind of trend. This is a very interesting thing about what is the findings of Maharashtra. There are 4 states that were always, they are kind of, outliers, and they are giving something in favor of BJP. In case of Karnataka, in case of Maharashtra, there is a trend, and we will see.
No, Maharashtra is not Bihar, with the BJP. It's going the other way around.
Precisely. So I'm saying there are 4 states that were very crucial in 2024. Even if the outcome is kind of well known that the BJP has an advantage and Mr. Modi is a favorite. 1 state is Bengal, other state is Bihar, 3rd state is Karnataka, and 4th state is Maharashtra. Now it is giving different kind of trends. I think we must accept what Mr. Yashwant Deshmukh is predicting. We cannot be finding faults with his methodology or, how it will shape in Maharashtra. We can't be having different...
Yes, Rahul, very quickly.
So, two points. Yes, in politics, all politicians and parties make these tactical calls. But these tactical calls are going to have cost in the long run. Indira Gandhi in 70s did a similar thing. At some point, it costed her party. Maybe, perhaps, when Prime Minister Modi is around, it won't cost. When he's not around, it may cost the party. So all parties face that cost. Second, throughout the survey, and Yashwant ji has to correct me on this, I have not seen a single state, except the smaller ones perhaps, where BJP is gaining votes from 2019 numbers. They're gaining seats. Even in UP, the votes are not basically...
They've got a slight bump, 53%.
Yeah, 50, so 51, 52. So in that sense, like in North, there are no big gains coming. In terms of vote share, and even in South and West. So I think where perhaps Mr. Narasimha Rao can explain us that why, despite everything in these 5 years, BJP is not being able to make
and the interesting point about Maharashtra.
No, but I'm a
remember
little shocked by his argument. Listen, remember also that you are dealing with 10 years of being in government.
Sure.
Look at Biden after 4 years. Look at Macron. Look at Trudeau. Here's a man who's been in power for 10 years. If he can retain his historic numbers, that's by itself is a superlative performance.
I think, Rahul, the point that you made about the 2 point or less, like somewhere they were leading by 60 points, now they are 58, 2 points. I understand your point. But what I learned from the experiment and result of Madhya Pradesh is that eventually it will be relative turnout, which will be playing 3-4% of jump just out of nowhere for the BJP, just by virtue of their supporters being more excited about going to the polls and Congress not being in a position as organizationally and resource-wise to pull their supporters. What happened in Madhya Pradesh is the
but I just want to make a small point which I think is important. Between 2014 and 2019, Rahul, Mr. Modi's popularity was so high that he was even able to pull his party in state elections where they were otherwise not the #1 party. BJP was not the #1 party of Maharashtra. It's after 2014, Mr. Modi pulls it up. 10-12%, they even do very well in state assemblies. After 2019, looks what starts happening.
What happened in December in the assembly elections?
Sir, just a minute. December, we can come back to December, but 2019 to 2024, 1 minute.
Rajdeep.
The BJP in Himachal Pradesh, in Haryana, in Jharkhand, even in Bihar, in state after state, Mr. Modi alone cannot pull up the state unit. Mr. Modi is still very popular in Maharashtra, but Maharashtra's own leaders, BJP own leaders, are not happy with the kind of compromises they've made to stay in power. Some stage, it may cost them in a Vidhan Sabha. I agree with you, Lok Sabha, it won't cost them because that becomes Modi versus who. But what happens in your state units? Therefore, Rahul Verma makes an important point. Will the BJP go the way the Congress did? After 10-20 years, because it makes these compromises.
You can wish that if you like.
No, he asked a question.
But you see, politics, what happens today doesn't influence voting patterns 20 years down the line. I think that makes no sense at all to me. Now, coming back to your question, Modi ji, he was able to pull several assembly elections initially, but you are saying subsequently he did not do so. Because, you see, once you have pulled an assembly election, the local performance and local leadership has to hold there. People will hold every government accountable.
You accept that?
Why not?
Okay.
I think.
So I want to press the pedal and go to Gujarat and Goa, and then we have to go to the east, and then we have the big national picture. So Gujarat comes up on your state next. I want to spend very little time here because it's one-way traffic as one-way traffic can be. I mean, it's like whoosh. There's no comparison. 62% vote share projected in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Gujarat. I mean, 6 out of 10 people, they just want
That's the highest so far in the country.
6 out of 10. And we're not even dealing with the smaller states like a Himachal or an Uttarakhand. In a big state like Gujarat, 62%. The Congress had 32% vote share. That's come down even further to 26, down 6 from the last time. Let's now come to seat shares. If you got 62% vote share in a largely bipolar contest, I mean, you don't need to be Yashwant Deshmukh to do the calculation. You can do it yourself. It's 26/26 for the BJP in. They want their man back. They want their boy back. Like, look at how hard he's working. A Gujarati fixing this country. We want him
If
back.
I was a Rajya Sabha BJP MP who's told to contest Lok Sabha, I'll say, मुझे गुजरात की सीट दे दो.
कोई भी दे दो.
कोई भी सीट गुजरात की दे दो, वडोदरा दे दो, गांधीनगर दे दो. GVL also is ready to contest from Gandhinagar. You see, that's the one state where every politician will feel a relative sense of security. I think Gujarat is a
There is little difference from contesting a Rajya Sabha and a Lok Sabha. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying that a Lok Sabha...
As safe as better.
Yeah, it appears the safest state for the BJP, Rahul, and I don't think there's much to discuss about that. Prime Minister Modi in Gujarat is, really, his popularity is at an all-time high in a way.
It's the true, like you were discussing parallels with American elections, like you've got along the coast and in mid-America, this very clear divide between Republican Democrat states. This is as Republican in Indian context as Republican.
And GVL made a point that don't look at what happens 20 years from now. But I just for a moment want to pause because one of the first elections I covered was 1990 Gujarat. And at that time, the BJP had to back the Janata Dal Gujarat of Chimanbhai Patel to prop him up to form a government. See where we've come 35 years later. We look at events today. if you make mistakes today, you pay a price for it 20 years from now. That decision of the way the Janata Dal, Gujarat was eventually, the Congress propped it up for a while, destroyed the Congress in the long term in Gujarat. The Congress replaced a chief minister who had 150 seats in Madhav Singh Solanki. Can you imagine?
Right,
one of the
BJP
many
replaced Shivraj Singh Chauhan.
No, but 150 seats, BJP replaced Shivraj Singh Chauhan with Modi as the dominant figure. That time, Rajiv Gandhi could never really sort of lift the party.
But Rajiv and the Congress didn't think so. See, that's
the mistake. So I'm saying politicians can make mistakes and therefore they must be conscious of the mistakes they make.
Let's come to Goa. Goa has 2 seats, north and south. This is where all of us hope to retire, at least Rajdeep and I hope to retire in Goa for sure. Okay, so here's Goa, lovely state. 2 seats, 1 each is the calculation, north and south, 1 seat split between north and south.
North is clearly to the BJP. I'm presuming Yashwant is giving
because
north.
there are more Christians over
the south, interestingly, if the AAP Congress alliance works perfectly, and it has to work perfectly, it has half a chance. I still believe that the BJP will be very much in the race, even in the south. Percentage of Christians has gone down. One of the stories of our times, Christian population in Goa at the start of this century used to be 30% plus. It's now just over 20% and declining. So you actually, even in South Goa, will find it not so easy. Only a perfect Congress AAP alliance and no other third party like the Goa Revolutionary Party coming in gives them half a chance. I still believe advantage BJP in Goa in both the seats. That's the nature of Goa as well.
So let's look now at the projected seat share of the West and the projected vote share of the West. I'll start with the vote share projection. Axis My India predicts for the India Today group that the NDA would end up with 48% vote share if you aggregate the states of Gujarat, Maharashtra and Goa. The India Alliance at 38, a 10% gap here for the NDA. Converted into seats, the NDA is at 51, the India Alliance at 27, and why it seems that this is not as one way as the North is because Maharashtra is sticking out as the one state where the BJP's dominance is not quite what the BJP top leadership would like to believe.
But look at the story, Rahul, the northwest monsoon. 154 in the north, 51 in the west. You're almost home and dry. Between the two, you're slightly below where you were in 2019. There you won 230 plus. You're slightly below because of Maharashtra in particular, but you're still almost there.
400 par kaise hoga?
We haven't come to the east. We haven't shown the big picture there. So that's just we're halfway through this show. So we'll slip into a break. When we come back, we'll show you what's happening in the east of India, and then there is the big national picture. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome, I'm Sahil Joshi. Now I'm at the Mumbai seafront. We can see here the Mahim Fort and also the Bandra Worli ceiling, the most iconic locations in Mumbai.
Because the people have reposed confidence in Bharatiya Janata Party and NDA.
And Eknath Shinde has done what the people wanted. People wanted Shiv Sena and BJP together as we have been together for 25 years.
It is only the MLAs who have defected. It is not the people who have defected.
How is Ajit Pawar like-minded party with the BJP?
The way it worked in line with the expectation of the people, and that's why we are confident of our victory.
If you are so confident about 370 votes and 400 for NDA, why do you want all other alliances with you? Why do you want all small parties with you?
वो washing machine से धुल गए, ये कमल detergent में सब धुल जाते हैं. We are shifting our focus to Gujarat.
Confidence in the people's mandate is very, very certain.
The youngsters have come in and they have taken the major positions in Gujarat. I feel things will be very different.
In Gujarat, if you ask any Congress leader, but they're all demotivated in Gujarat purely because they know they are going to lose.
Election of 2024 will be an election of Modi versus Mudda.
Our phones are buzzing, multiple politicians, their well-wisher supporters across states calling, wanting to know something on the site. There's no sideshow happening. If you want to know what the numbers are, stay tuned to our coverage on India Today as we take you through state by state, region by region, and then finally the national big picture. We want to come to the fascinating state of Bihar, where Nitish Kumar's U-turn has made things very topsy-turvy and very exciting, which is also why the Mood of the Nation poll had to do extra polling to be able to capture what's happening in Bihar. On your screen right now are the vote share numbers for Bihar first. 53% is what they had in the last Lok Sabha elections. They're projected to be at 52, but there is, on the surface, it seems not much has changed, but so much has changed internally because the JDU, which was earlier with the India alliance, has now jumped over, which is what kind of keeps the BJP-led India alliance where it was. The India alliance was at 31%. That's expected to go up to 38%. Let's see how this converts into seats. For the first time now, on your screen, the Bihar projections on the 40 seats of Bihar. Yashwant Deshmukh and his team at C-Voter are predicting that the NDA could end up at 32. Remember, apart from Kishanganj, they had 39 out of 40 seats the last time. They expected to come down 7 this time round. The India alliance, which had only 1, expected to go up to 8. So just imagine, Rajdeep, if Janata Dal United was actually here, BJP was staring at bigger losses in the orange column, and the India alliance was looking at bigger gains, which is what explains that somersault.
You know, the fascinating aspect is that when you went to Uttar Pradesh, the BJP is holding its own. The moment you've gone into neighboring Bihar, even though the BJP has now struck an alliance with Nitish Kumar, gone back to its own party, it's down compared to 2019. In fact, if you look at the BJP overall, except for Uttar Pradesh, none of the major states are seeing a major jump for the BJP.
In Bihar,
so that's what makes Bihar very interesting.
No, but because this happened so close to your poll, does your polling account for the full impact of Nitish coming back to the BJP?
Not really. I mean, because we had to do a snap poll and see what kind of impact it was. We could sense 2 major things. Number one, yes, there is almost like 8% arithmetic jump, you know, from the India faction to the NDA, just by moving JDU supporters to this side to that side.
Which could also mean that Nitish is now worth only 8%.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of the points, which is like, instead of 16% which he polled in 2014, his core vote looks like more like a 8% kind of thing. Number one. Number two, we still don't know who is contesting how many seats. You know, and please remember, even Paswan's party is split into 2. So we have just taken in whatever the seat allocation was there in 2019 as our base one. And we realize that the probability of JDU tally going down even within the part of the NDA is quite significant. Which means last time they contested 17, won 16, but they could even very well come down, crashing down to single digit. So what this means is that in the overall, yes, JDU did a wise thing probably to come back and, you know, safeguard their own thing. But if the NDA needs to pick up its tally, probably BJP needs to contest more seats because there is a significant anger against the JDU, not just among the RJD supporters, but even in the BJP supporters.
You come from Bihar. Does this poll account for the potential winning bandwagon effect? The fact that if voters in Bihar think that this is a Modi election, a BJP election, then they may more likely than just at the time of separation choose to go along with the NDA.
That is most likely to be the case because, as Yashwantji is saying, BJP is likely to contest on a higher number of seats, give lesser number of seats to JDU, which is facing a decline in its support base. But if you see, both the parties were at 37% vote share. 15% is the Modi premium because JDU was with BJP in Vidhan Sabha elections. So the Vidhan Sabha elections, when it factors into account the Modi impact, is 15% straight away. So, but with this swing of 8% from Mahagathbandhan to NDA, what would have been the result? It would have been 46-42% in favor of...
The result would have been just bang opposite.
So again, BJP, being a practical or a pragmatic party, clearly saw that there would have been significant losses in Bihar.
The guy who won't like this
U-turn was not
is Nitish Kumar. If he thinks he's worth Rahul Verma only 8%, you know, that just shows how, like the BSP in Uttar Pradesh, like the JDS in Karnataka, the JDU seems to be a very diminished force.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope Nitish Kumar realizes it. And Nitish Kumar perhaps understands that he's diminishing and he's still trying to make most of.
But with this 8%, he's still chief minister.
No,
the most valuable 8% you can have.
So think of it. Since 2013, he knows that he's declining. But what he knows that without him, no government can be formed till at least till 2025, and he's making most of it. He's basically, he goes with, so he's one of those politicians where he's being opportunistic and ideological at the same time. He joins RJD, gets his caste census done. Comes to BJP, does certain other things. So he's trying to make most of it in a very, very small.
But you know, look at, maybe the BJP looked at Yashwant's last Mood of the Nation poll. And there were 3 states where the BJP was in clear trouble. There was Bihar, there was Karnataka, and there was Maharashtra. What did they do in Maharashtra? They broke the 2 major parties, Shiv Sena earlier, then the NCP. In Karnataka, you went and tied up with JDS, brought back Yediyurappa into the fold through his son. And in Bihar, you've got Nitish Kumar back into the fold. I saw this photograph in the morning papers today, Prime Minister shaking hands with Nitish Kumar. And I just wonder, you know, what makes politicians tick? Here are 2 people who've attacked each other personally at various stages. Nitish Kumar refusing more than a decade ago to even share a stage with the Prime Minister. But all is fair in love and politics. And I come back to it, Rahul. The BJP has shown itself to be a party of power while claiming to be an ideological party, and the Congress has done just the reverse.
No, but I don't agree. Once they're in power, they're ideological. In their logic is, they've scrapped Article 370, they've brought India the Ram Mandir. What other proof do you need of ideology?
No, I'm not saying the ideology is diluted.
Yeah, UCC has come about in Uttarakhand. So once their formula is you win and then you get ideological. To win, you don't worry about ideology.
All I was saying is that there were states where the Congress had seen these ones, they were going to get, the BJP had seen they could be down by double digits. Bihar was one of those states. Let's find out a way to tackle Bihar. The point Rashid Kidwai is, this is the difference. You see, I got a call just now from a UPA leader. Please show me which are the states where the BJP is growing. I said it's not about the BJP growing but holding its own. And they've held their own by strategic politics. Does the opposition recognize that, Rashid?
Yeah,
or will they only blame the enforcement director?
I think Nitish Kumar's story is not complete without the opposition politics. Nitish Kumar seems to have gone on a rebound. He worked very hard for this India alliance, and when Mamata Banerjee, propped up Mallikarjun Kharge, and when Rahul Gandhi said that, he will talk to Mamata before appointing Nitish Kumar as India alliance convener, all these things look like...
You're saying if he was appointed convener, he would have stayed on?
Precisely, because Nitish Kumar was not doing 8%. He knew his days are numbered. He wanted to be a prime ministerial face. He may not have said it.
And this is... If he was made convener, think of it. After 2023 December results, he's also making calculations. Being convener is only worth if you have a shot at something.
So he thought he was on the losing. Shama Mohammed joining us of the Congress party. Shama Mohammed, do you believe that in Bihar, the BJP in this last stretch has trumped you by taking someone who was not too long ago seen as the architect of the India alliance? So perception-wise and now in reality, as per our numbers, the Congress-led India alliance has lost a big opportunity.
I don't agree with you on that, Rajdeep. Everybody knows what Nitish Kumar is. Like I said before, if he had to go, he had to go. He keeps jumping from here and there. But you said a very important thing is, what is the ideology of the Bharatiya Janata Party? For example, let's look at the Meghalaya election. They were with NPP in Meghalaya before the election. During the election, they went their separate ways. Mr. Amit Shah has put in the manifesto that the party NPP is corrupt, and when they come to power, they will take action. They won 2 seats in that election, and they said very clearly, Conrad Sangma and NPP is corrupt. They go and join the party after the election. So yes, they will do anything.
Opportunist when it comes to election, they are ideological when it comes to governance. So they bring in, as Rahul rightly said, Article 370, Ram Mandir, maybe uniform civil code after the next election. Ideological in governance, strategic opportunism, if you want to call it that, tactical politics when it comes to elections.
Rajdeep, let me ask you one more thing. Then why is that you can eat beef in Goa, but you cannot eat beef in Karnataka?
Okay, so that's now, let's just stick for the moment to the data.
So no, they have no ideology. And one last point. This is not mood of the nation. I would call it mood of the media also. Today I was traveling from Delhi to Imphal, and the person in the plane says, dekho, Modi kya keh rahe hai? That we are dividing it into north and south. It's all about what Modi. But I don't understand why the paper and the media does not talk about how a present sitting prime minister insults the first Prime Minister of India, calls him all the names in the world. And nowhere in the world they do that. Nowhere. And let's not forget he was a freedom fighter. So why is nobody written about that? How the present Prime Minister keeps insulting a freedom fighter, the first Prime Minister of India. And see, you have to understand, people get carried away with what media is doing. Before 2014, we were questioned 100 times. I fail to understand why the present government is not. You could write an article on why beef is allowed in Goa, but not in Karnataka.
West Bengal, another big state where the battleground is going to be tough. Let's take a look at the vote share first. Remember, the BJP did very well in Bengal, the breakthrough election of 2019. Now, in vote share, NDA 40%, holding its own. The Trinamool Congress 43.5%. Here we've separated the TMC from the rest of the India Alliance because it's likely Congress and left will contest together. That's others 7.3. So Trinamool Congress 43.5, others including Congress and left 7.3, NDA 40. How does this translate into seats? BJP 19, they won 18 last time, 19 this time. They will be happy that they are holding their own in Bengal. TMC 22, down 1. Congress plus left is 1 seat. So Bengal once again, Rahul, becoming TMC versus BJP, Congress left getting squeezed out. And clearly the BJP holding its own.
Rahul Verma, is there a way of knowing what this may have looked like if the TMC and the Congress and the left can't be together, but the Congress and the TMC were together? How much of a material difference could it have made to these vote share numbers?
It's hard, right? Because you don't know what kind of transfers will take place and what the seat allocation to different parties.
Yashwant, how much of the Muslim vote is the Congress actually splitting, or is it largely going en masse to the Trinamool?
You see, the minority votes saturation towards TMC is already done and dusted. Yeah. So I don't think there is anything from the minority votes perspective left much to whatever the 8 to 10% vote that left in the Congress.
But you're picking up still. How much vote are you picking up for the Congress?
You see, they together they are polling every about 4 to 5% each in that way. But the funny thing is that I kept on thinking why exactly Mamata Banerjee decided to go on her own. And when I took a deep dive and tried to understand the composition of what is left of left and the Congress vote, I realized that big number of them is actually anti-Mamata, not anti-BJP, which is now left with them. So there was a clear and present danger if the Congress and the left would have been in Mamata's alliance, then this vote, 8 to 10%, a huge chunk shifting them to BJP rather than coming Mamata's way.
So, with one caveat, you know, the left definitely had to be on the other side. Mamata was very clear. She needed a three-cornered race. Left voter needed to split the anti-Mamata vote. The Congress voter is more interesting, especially in areas like Malda, which the BJP, did very well last time. There, the Muslim consolidation. And she saw it in a by-election which she lost last year, which troubled her because suddenly the Muslim vote was drifting towards the Congress. So in 4 to 5 seats, I think it could make a difference, but 4 to 5. So these numbers could have changed by 4 to 5 if even now the Congress ties up with the left. That's about
also,
it, not more than that.
Look into the statement and look into